Hello, welcome back to Steve's Corner. A government is only as good as the leadership. Fellow, give me a comment the other day talking about off that last video. It got me to thinking. He said democracy will always be around, but because it's a good system, but we don't always have good leaders. Something similar to that. And it got me to thinking. You know what? He's right. I mean, me personally, I'm prejudiced. I think we got the best system of government going, but it's all I've lived under. But he was right about that leadership thing. It's just like a ball team of any kind. They can have the same players on that team, but if you have two different leaders, two different head coaches, you have different outcomes during the season. You know, I've seen a lot of ball games get out coached more than I have seen outplayed, and that's the same for the country. The leadership bears responsibility for what they do and uh, how they make advancements in the country and stuff. But we as a people, we bear responsibility for voting them suckers in there. You know, I had a guy at work tell me one time. He said everybody ought not to be able to vote. I said, man, that's a lot. It's a right we have. Everybody gets an opportunity to vote. He said, yeah, but you don't get a right to vote, stupid. And he was right about that. You just don't pick somebody because they got a D in front of their name or an R in front of their name or an I for independent. You know, you got to pick somebody that can rule everybody, the D's, the R's, the I's, and the Green Party and everything else. He has to do what's right for the country. If you get a good leader up there, he'll do what's right for the people, and in turn, that will be uh, for the betterment of the whole world, really. I mean, you look at all the bad leaders in the world, how much it affects the other countries. You know, without bad players, you wouldn't have to have a standing army in utopia, anyways. I mean, you, you need to have a standing army anyways. But I mean, in general rule, you'd have nothing to be afraid of if you didn't have them bad players out there. And they're all ruled by just terrible people, just terrible guys. You know, and the people, their own people, are suffering for what they're doing. And it's the same here in the U.S. We haven't had a decent leader in years, decades. You know, you need a guy that stands up and is willing to make the tough decisions that's best for the people overall. You just do. You can't go by, can't be ruled by these little uh, friends groups all the time, shifted one way to the other all the time, constantly like that. Other countries don't know how to take you. You know, you become unpredictable, unreliable, and it ends up being bad for everybody. It just does. And the United States has been a general world power for what, since the Second World War. I think we started after the First World War. We really got to be into foreign politics and stuff. But I think Second World War is what it really took off, in my opinion. And you know, if we go down that road, I mean, the whole world will suffer. And I hate to see that. You got a lot of good people in this world all over the place. You know, and the U.S. itself is terrible. You know, it's going to be devastating here. But we need to find a good leader. You know, all we can do really is vote, but vote with intention, vote with knowledge, educate yourself. You know, you have to educate yourself on everything in life. You just do, and the voting is an important one. We need good, strong leadership up there that's really looking out for the people. You know, they work for us. We don't work for them, Doc. Every time they make a law up there that goes against you and what you believe and what's best for you, they're doing wrong. Vote him out. Get another guy in there and give him a shot. He ain't no good. You vote his butt out too. That's the purpose of term limits. Every so often you get a chance, hey man, he didn't do worth a darn, we're gonna kick him out. But we need some strong leadership up there. If somebody's going to tackle the border and the problems, hey, it's a big problem, Doc. You know, it's going to be able to handle world affairs. You know, I don't know, man. But I thought that was a heck of a comment. It really was. Got me really to thinking. Leadership. Country's only as good as the leadership it has. The system of government is only as good as the leadership that gets voted up in there. And that boils back to us. It was our fault that this country's been so far. It's took us such a turn for the worse over the past few decades. I don't know. Just running my mouth here on a beautiful Friday afternoon. It's just afternoon. I'm gonna go in and get me a bit of lunch here in a minute. I took my walk. I got to put the furniture back up on the deck here. I missed a chance. I should have took a video of me cleaning this thing yesterday. I'm not too much on taking active videos, so I didn't think about it until this day when I got up. So, but y'all be good. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Hey, if you get a chance, check out a good friend of mine. Well, he's not a friend of mine. He's a YouTube friend, I guess. I watch him every week. His name's Jim Ritchie. He has a channel called Southern Fried Sagas. He tells little stories and quips, one-liners and stuff like that. He's an older fella, up in his 80s. He sits in his rocking chair like me, just sits there and tells a couple stories. But he put out a video this past week. It has a lot of bearing to Memorial Day, which is coming up. And I don't know whether he realized it was actually Memorial Day weekend or not, but I think it had a lot of bearing on Memorial Day, the real reason for the day. If you get a chance, I'll put it up here, one of these corners up here, the link down in the comments. If you get a chance, tune in there, and I feel to give you something to think on for Memorial Day and what it's really meant for to be. I don't know, but it made me think anyways. You might get something out of it. You might think I'm a dumbass. Either way, it might be good for you. But y'all be good. Enjoy your weekend the best you can. It's gonna be pouring down rain here all weekend. It's gonna be cold too. It's gonna be down about 60 all weekend. Y'all be good, and we'll talk with y'all later.